Right now on CBS 2 and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles, recovery efforts continue in Maui. About 1,000 people remain unaccounted for, and crews say they have only scoured about a quarter of the search. All of this as investigators try to figure out what started the fires in the first place. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us on KCAL News at 5 on CBS Los Angeles. I'm Pat Harvey.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Vaughn. We're also streaming live on CBS News Los Angeles. We have a team coverage tonight of the Maui fires, from the destruction to the recovery and the help here at home.
But we begin with KCAL News reporter Jeff Nguyen. He is live in Maui with the very latest. Jeff, good evening.
Good evening to you, Pat and Jeff. You know, officials here in Maui are expected to release the names of the people who were killed in the wildfires. And in the meantime, there is a move to streamline the relief effort.
1 week since flames destroyed the historic town of Lahaina,
It's gonna be okay.
survivors are struggling with trauma and loss.
I can't get my dog.
This couple was unable to save their family pet when the inferno broke out, but did their best to stay strong for their young daughter.
I don't think a 6-year-old should ever have to see what she saw, but she's resilient.
As the human death toll grows, members of the Hawaii National Guard have joined the search and recovery effort.
My dad's still there, and he refuses to come out, but there's certain things that he still needs.
Authorities are working to confirm the identities of the victims they have found so far. It's been a full-scale effort to help survivors here on Maui. State and county officials relocated a donation drop-off site to the parking lot of the island's largest mall in place of 2 gymnasiums where school is set to start.
Whatever you need, you're going to get.
Speaking at an event in Milwaukee, President Biden addressed federal relief efforts.
Every asset they need, we'll be there for them. And we'll be there in Maui as long as it takes.
It's unclear whether downed power lines played a role in igniting the blaze. The exact cause of the wildfires is under investigation. And another complicating factor is the fact that stormy weather is in the forecast later on this week. So officials are now having to discuss what to do with another possible round of high winds. Pat and Jeff, we'll send it back to you.
Oh, on top of everything else. Jeff, can you tell us, how have things changed at the site right behind you?
Well, you know, in that piece that you just saw, we talked about how the effort to help with the relief effort has shifted from those 2 high school gymnasiums over here. And as you can see right behind us, this is right outside the old parking lot for the Sears department store here. The plan initially, Pat and Jeff, was for this to be an intake site where people can come and drop off their donations. The plan was not to have a distribution site. But as the day went on and people learned about it, you know, people showed up here, and when you are in need of water or diapers, you know, who in their right mind can tell people to get back into their car and go somewhere else and pick stuff up? So right now what we want to do is, if you don't mind, we're going to just keep the shot a little bit wide so that people can have their dignity as they pick up their needs here. You see diapers, you know, you see water, clothing. So the folks who are running this, it's the private sector, even though it was organized by the state and the county officials, but it's the private sector that has the logistics to do some of this stuff. And the plan was to just take things in and sort them out between dried goods, clothing, and things like that. But, you know, we see people with infants in their arms in need of stuff. And who knows, maybe some of these people are here to pick up stuff for their family members. So that's where we are right now, guys.
So, Jeff, obviously, KCAL News viewers really want to help out. What is the greatest need right now there?
One of the biggest needs is baby formula. You know, we talked about this during the pandemic, and that's certainly the case here. We're not trying to allege that, you know, there's panic buying or anything like that. It could be something as simple as people with big hearts going to the store, buying baby formula so that they can help people that they know or family members. You know, we spoke to a woman today. She is hosting some of her family members who had to flee Lahaina. They have children. She says she lives in a complex where other families are hosting other family members who are in need as well. As you both know, Maui is a neighboring island, so it doesn't have some of the resources available that Oahu does. So everything that it needs here has to be either shipped in or flown in. So you've got that as one thing that they need, and then propane is the other thing, and we see a number of propane tanks right behind us. Jeff, Pat?
All right, that's really vital information. Thanks so much for that, Jeff Nguyen, reporting live from Maui.